routers, right? So there are two type of the routing, interior routing and the exterior routing. So here intra-domain routing is nothing but routing inside the autonomous system, right? Suppose this is an internet is divided into the four different autonomous system. મેં ચાર autonomous system માં divide કર્યું છે. So જ્યારે એક જ autonomous system ની અંદર મારે routing ને handle કરવાનું છે, right? Routing inside the autonomous system is called as the intra-domain routing. But if we have to provide the routing between the autonomous system, not the within the autonomous system, not within the single autonomous system, but between the autonomous system, then it is called the inter-domain routing. As the name says, inter-domain, right? So between the autonomous system, whereas intra means within the autonomous system, we are providing the routing. So this intra-domain is known as the interior routing, and inter-domain is known as the exterior routing, right? And this distance vector routing and the link state routing algorithms are based on the intra-domain routing. જ્યારે મારે એક જ autonomous system ની અંદર routing provide કરવું છે, તમે કયા પ્રોટોકોલ યુઝ કરીશ? ડિસ્ટન્સ વેક્ટર ક્યાં તો લિંક સ્ટેટ, બેમાંથી કોઈ પણ એક યુઝ કરી શકો. બટ ઇફ આઈ વોન્ટ ટુ provide the routing between the autonomous system, that is the inter-domain routing, that I'm going to use which protocol? Path vector. Okay, so let's see. This is the classification of the routing protocol: intra-domain and interdomain. Interdomain is further divided. You can say the protocol that we are going to use for the interdomain is path vector, and the path vector કોણ follow કરે છે? There is one protocol, that is border gateway protocol, which is used for the interdomain routing, right? Between the autonomous system routing provide કર્યું હશે, I'm going to use BGP, border gateway protocol. But if I want to put the routing within the autonomous system, so there are two different protocol: distance vector and the link state. તમારે કોઈ પણ use કરવો હોય તો કરાય, distance vector પણ કરવો હોય તો કરાય, or link state use કરવો હોય તો કરાય. And there is one protocol, routing information protocol, which is based on the distance vector, which is having the property of the distance vector, and link state ની property કોણ follow કરે છે? OSPF, open shortest path first. So these algorithm RIP, OSPF and BGP you have to implement in the practical, right? So તમારે લેબ સેશન આવશે, તમારે પ્રેક્ટિકલમાં ઇમ્પ્લિમેન્ટ કરવાના રહેશે. I will teach you how to implement these three algorithms or three protocols. But please remember that what is interdomain and what is intradomain. So this is in the figure shown that internet is divided. Just for example, small example આપ્યું છે. Your internet is divided into four different autonomous system, and we know what is autonomous system: group of the networks and the router. જો મારે બે નેટવર્ક ને કનેક્ટ કરવું હોય, then I'm going to use the router. So here this is the router, right? This cross sign J1, so that is router. So here in this autonomous system I'm using three routers. So these three routers is connecting in different networks, right? So to connect this network and this network, I'm using this router. And if I want to connect this network and this network, it is router 1, right? Now here, if I want to provide routing between these two different autonomous systems, there will be BGP, right? Border gateway protocol. Within the autonomous system, if I want to provide the routing, it can be distance vector or it can be the link state routing. Okay, so this is just a figure to explain what is autonomous system and what is the interdomain intradomain routing algorithm. So here only one interdomain routing protocol handles routing between the autonomous system, because we are using what? BGP, border gateway protocol. So there is only one protocol is required for interdomain routing. This is a comparison between the intradomain and interdomain, right? As I said already, it is routing within autonomous system, it is between the autonomous system. It will ignore the internet outside the autonomous system. પોતાના autonomous system સિવાય બાકીનું બહાર શું ચાલે છે એના સાથે કઈ લેવા દેવા નથી, right? But here it assumes that internet consists of the collection of the interconnected autonomous system in the interdomain routing, and based on that it is performing the routing between them, right? Protocols for the intra-domain routing is known as the interior gateway, whereas it is known as the exterior gateway protocol for the intra-domain routing. And popular protocols are RIP and OSPF, whereas for the interdomain it is BGP. Okay, now let's see one more term, that is flooding, right? Flooding is for the broadcasting. Okay, so you know what is broadcast? Anybody know what is broadcast? ખબર છે કોઈને? What is broadcasting? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, there are two type of the broadcasting: directed broadcast and limited broadcast. So if I want to send a message to all the devices within my network, within my subnet, then it is called the limited broadcast. But if I want to send a message to all the devices in the another network, then it is called the directed broadcast. Right? And for the broadcasting, we are going to use the flooding technique. Okay. So it is one kind of the static algorithm, right? Static means it is done by that is handling will be done manually, right? Just wait a minute. Okay, sorry. Okay, so flooding is another static algorithm, and here what the flooding is using the concept. Here, every incoming packet is sent out on every outgoing line except the one it is coming from. For example, there is a router, right? For example, there is a router. It is having the multiple interface, right? It is connecting different networks. So it is, for example, interface A, B, C, D. For example, there is another router like this. કઈ પણ હશે, right? It can be connected with another router like this, or sometimes it is connected with this, right? And so on. It may be connected to different. Now, suppose the message is coming from this interface to this router, right? આ router પાસે એક message આવે છે. Then this router has to perform the broadcasting. It has to flood this message or packet over the internet because flooding is used for the broadcasting. રાઈટ મારે બ્રોડકાસ્ટ કરવાનો છે મેસેજ, તો શું કરશે, એ જે પણ મેસેજ આવશે એની કોપી બનાવશે, રાઈટ. અને જે ઇન્ટરફેસ પરથી આવ્યો છે એ સિવાયના બાકીના જેટલા પણ ઇન્ટરફેસ થી કનેક્ટ છે એ બધી લાઈન પર સેન્ડ કરશે. તો અહીંયા ફોર એક્ઝામ્પલ એક મેસેજ આવે છે એની કોપી કરે છે અને એ ઇન્ટરફેસ સિવાયના બી, સી અને the interface per message send કરશે. Now, whenever this router is getting the packet, એ શું કરશે? It will also store that packet, make a copy, and for example, there is another interface D and E, whatever, right? મેં નામ અત્યારે randomly લઉં છું, there will not be any name, right? So this packet will be copied at this router. Now it will be sent to on this interface and this interface apart from B. B પરથી આવ્યું છે તો B સિવાયના જેટલા પણ interface છે outgoing line એના પર send કરશે. And this is how the message is going to be flooded over the internet. So we can say what is the disadvantage here? There will be the duplication of the packets. Large amount of the duplication of the packet will be there over the internet. Endless copies of the packets are circulating because it may be possible that the some of the routers are interconnected, right? તો પોતાની લાઈન સિવાય જે લાઈન પરથી મેસેજ આવ્યો છે એ સિવાયની બધી લાઈન પર સેન્ડ કરવાનો છે. તો it may be possible that some of the routers are interconnected. The same router is getting the same message multiple times, right? Because it is coming from the different routers. So there will be the large amount of the duplicate packets will be generated if we consider the flooding. But for the broadcast, we use the flooding only, right? So uh, we have to somehow stop this process, right? There should not be multiple copies of the duplicate packets. And if you want to dump this process, we can use this technique. We can use the hope counter. We can also keep the track of which packet have to be flooded or have been already flooded. And third is the selective flooding. So first one is the use the hope counter. Okay, so to prevent the endless copy of the packets over the internet for a long amount of time, then we can use the hope count. Okay, that is જે પણ પેકેટ છે, ફોર એક્ઝામ્પલ એક રાઉટર પાસે પેકેટ આવે છે, સો પેકેટની જ્યારે કોપી બનાવું છું, જ્યારે પેકેટ આવે છે ત્યારે જ અંદર મેન્શન કરી દેવામાં આવશે there will be source and destination IP address, and along with this IP address there will be one more field, that is hope count. For example, my hope count set kero che 8. Right? That means maximum number of the router you can consider is 8. That means एक message kayo, the hope count will be decremented to 0. So this is one of the process that will, you can say, that will reduce the number of the copies, a number of the duplicate packets. But you can use the hope counter. Just a minute. Okay. Second is the keep the track of which packet have already been flooded. So that is means in order to do so, or in order to keep the track of which packet have been already flooded, what we can do, we can avoid sending them second time, right? That means મારે શું કરવાનું છે, જેટલા પણ પેકેટ ઓલરેડી ફ્લડ થઈ ગયા છે એને સમહાઉ સ્ટોપ કરવાનું છે, સેકન્ડ ટાઈમ સેન્ડ નહીં થાય એના માટે વી કેન યુઝ સમ ટેકનિક. ફોર એક્ઝામ્પલ, what we can do, the router or source machine જે પણ હશે, it will put a sequence number along with the IP address of the source and destination in each packet, right? For example, here there is a packet, right? And it is adding the IP address of the source and destination. Along with that, it is also adding what source sequence number, right? Sequence number. For example, there are multiple copies, right? So not multiple copies. One message is divided into the multiple parts because the router ने एक particular protocol होय, right? Maximum transmission unit size होय. That means if I can send only 2 KB, right? મારે કોઈ પણ પેકેટ સેન્ડ કરવો છે, મેક્સિમમ તમે 2 KB નો સેન્ડ કરી શકો. Then what you can do, for example, મારી પાસે 10 KB નો મેસેજ છે, right? તમે શું કરીશ, 10 KB ને 2 KB ના ભાગમાં ડિવાઈડ કરીશ, 1 2 3 5, right? So there will be 5 packets, right? For the single message, you are dividing this packet into the 4 different packets, each of the size 2 KB, because that is my maximum transmission unit. So for that, I'm doing what? Sequence number 1, sequence number 2, sequence number 3, sequence number 4. So here, whenever any router is sending the message, for example, this router is getting the packet number 1, તો પોતાના routing table ની અંદર એક entry કરશે, right? It is maintaining the list of or you can say it will maintain a list for source router કે કયા router પરથી એક message આવ્યો છે, right? If અગર એ લિસ્ટ ની અંદર 1 નંબરનો સિક્વન્સ પેકર ઓલરેડી એને જોઈ લીધો છે, ઓલરેડી એને ફ્લડ કરી દીધો છે, સો ઇટ ઇઝ ગોઈંગ ટુ ડિસ્કાર્ડ. સેકન્ડ ટાઈમ જ્યારે ફરીથી એની પાસે આવશે, ફર્સ્ટ ટાઈમ શું કરશે, લિસ્ટમાં જોશે ફર્સ્ટ નંબરનો સિક્વન્સ નંબરનો પેકેટ આવ્યો છે, ના નથી આવ્યો, શું કરશે, સેન્ડ કરી દેશે અને પોતાના લિસ્ટની અંદર એક એન્ટ્રી કરશે સિક્વન્સ નંબર 1, રાઈટ, અને સેન્ડ કર્યો છે, રાઈટ. સેકન્ડ ટાઈમ સપોઝ ફોર એક્ઝામ્પલ એ મેસેજ ફરતો એક અહીંયા રાઉટર છે, એક અહીંયા રાઉટર છે, એક અહીંયા રાઉટર છે, એમ ફરતો ફોર એક્ઝામ્પલ એની પાસે ફરીથી સેમ પેકેટ આવશે. So it will see what is the sequence number. Sequence number is already 1, so it is not going to flood, right? Because it has already seen that. So in that case, we can say there will not be any duplication of the packets over the internet. What we are doing, we are keeping the track of which packet have been already flooded, and for that we are using the sequence number. But here the problem is what every router has to maintain the list પર સોર્સ રાઉટર કે કયા રાઉટર પરથી આવેલો હતો અને કયા સિક્વન્સ નંબરનો પેકેટ છે, રાઈટ? અગર કોઈ સેમ પેકેટ અરાઈવ થયો છે, then it is going to discard. But for each and every router, it has to maintain the list. અને થર્ડ છે સિલેક્ટિવ flooding. The selective flooding is kind of new concept. So it is we can say slightly more practical type of the flooding principle, in which every incoming packet is not sent on every outgoing line. Instead, packet is sent only on those lines which are likely to go in the desired direction. For example, મારી પાસે કોઈ router છે, right, like this, અને મારું destination machine આ side છે, right? This can be connected like this, કોઈ પણ direction માં હોઈ શકે, right? So I will be flooding only on those lines that message is coming from this, right? So this line, and around, sorry, 4 line પર send કરવાના છે. So instead of sending on this line, right, on this line, it will just consider these two. Why? Because it is going in the desired direction. Because destination machine is this way. So rather than sending on this line and this line, I can consider only these two lines. બાકીની બીજી લાઈન પર સેન્ડ કરવાનો કોઈ મતલબ જ નથી. Right? So that is called the selective flooding. In the desired direction, we are sending the packets. So that is the flooding. Because I am teaching you because flooding is going to be used in the further concept. That is distance vector routing and link state routing. They are using the broadcasting for propagate information. ફોર એક્ઝામ્પલ કોઈ રાઉટર ફેલ થઈ જાય છે કાં તો લિંક બે રાઉટરની વચ્ચેની ફેલ થઈ જાય છે તો આપણે જો કોઈ રૂટ કન્સિડર કર્યો છે દેટ ઇઝ કન્સિડરિંગ દેટ ફેલ્ડ રાઉટર તો આપણે પાથ નથી કન્સિડર કરવાનો હવે વી હેવ ટુ ચેન્જ ધી રૂટ વી હેવ ટુ પરફોર્મ ધ મોડિફિકેશન એન્ડ ફોર દેટ જે આપણે મોડિફિકેશન કરવાનું છે એ બધાને ખબર પડવા જોઈએ નેટવર્કમાં બધા રાઉટરને એન્ડ ફોર દેટ વી હેવ ટુ યુઝ ધ બ્રોડકાસ્ટિંગ. Right? The information has to be passed to all the routers, and for the broadcasting, we are going to use the flooding. And these are the techniques for dumping the processes, or you can say for dumping out the large amount of the duplicate packets. Okay. It's just okay. I have already explained broadcast routing. Flooding already જોયેલું છે. Simple broadcasting પણ આપણે ખબર છે. Multi-destination routing. Okay, I'll show you this one later. Right? Multi-destination routing કોને કહેવાય તમને બે ત્રણ કોન્સેપ્ટ બતાવ્યું ને ટોપિક બતાવ્યો એના પછી કરાવો right so that it will be better understood. Okay, next one is optimality principle. Okay, just a minute. Okay, sorry, કામ આવી ગયેલું હતું. Okay, okay. Next topic is optimality principles. Optimality principle states for if there is any router J on the optimal path from router I to K. So, for example, મારી પાસે router છે I અને router છે કે આ router I છે અને આ router K છે. In between there is one router J. Right? અને suppose અહીંયા કોઈ path છે, અહીંયા કોઈ router હશે, આ router હશે, right? It can be anything. There will be various intermediate routers between I to router K. What is the optimal path? That is the best one. Right? That is the best one. There will be multiple paths from I to K, but I'm considering this particular path, which is optimal one. And if there is one router J is there, right? So then there is a path from J to K also falls in the same route. Obviously, it is an already optimal path. So J to K માટે પણ મારે કોઈ રૂટ જોતો હશે તો this will be the optimal one. Simple છે. If it is I to J, J to K, and I to K is already optimal, so J to K will also be optimal. No need to consider another route. જેથી કોઈ બીજો કોઈ રાઉટર છે, એની બીજો કોઈ રાઉટર છે અને K તરફ જવાય છે, right? So we are not going to consider this route because that will not be optimal one. Optimal will be what already indicate થઈ જ ગયેલું છે I to K. This is an already optimal path, and this router J is already within this path. And if you want to find the optimal path from J to K, so no need to consider the other path. You have to just consider this path only. Simple છે I to J, J to K. So obviously J to K will also be optimal. Alright. So this is a figure. Okay. Okay. So this figure shows the subnet and the sync tree for the router B. So here for the sync tree we have considered the metric distance, right? કે મારો maximum distance કેટલું જોઈએ, minimum distance કેટલું જોઈએ for reaching the particular router. For example, from any machine, right? These are the routers A, B, C, D up to I think O સુધી routers, right? A થી લઈને O સુધીના routers છે. For example, destination machine is B. So I want to find what can be the optimal path for the destination machine B. From A to B, what can be optimal path from C to B, D to B, E to B, and up to O to B? What can be the optimal path? Why I'm choosing the optimal path? Because we have to perform the routing. Routing means choosing the best optimal path. So we have to identify, or we can say we have to add the information into the routing table. So we have to identify the optimal path, and for that I'm going to use the sync tree. So if my destination machine is B, I'm going to create a sync tree where in the B will be the root of the sync tree and remaining will be the intermediate node. So sync tree will be the set of the optimal routes from all the sources to the given specific destination, and that will form a tree which is called the sync tree. So here my destination machine is B, and here all the sources that is up to O. A થી લઈને O સુધીના બાકીના જેટલા પણ રાઉટર છે that will be source and destination is B, and it will consist of only the optimal routes. Okay. So every routing algorithm, જેટલા પણ routing algorithm આપણે બનાવવાના છે, consider કરવાના છે, they are going to follow the sync tree, because it is a goal of any routing algorithm to discover and use the sync tree for optimal routes. Right? Optimal route માટે વર્ષો use કરવાનો છે sync tree. But here one major thing that you have to consider, while we are forming the sync tree, there should not be a loop. Right? कसे loop नहीं होना चाहिए. अगर जो loop हंसे, then packet will not be delivered within the finite amount of time of finite bounded number of hops. अगर जो loop हंसे, so obviously your packet will be circulated within over the internet. Right? It will not be delivered to be in finite amount of time. And that is why the sync tree is not allowing any cycle, okay, in this tree. कोई पण loop नहीं होगा जो cycle नहीं होगा जो, because sync tree is only for optimal route. अगर नहीं तो obviously there will not be optimal. It will take more time. અને આપણે શું કરવાનું છે, આપણે least amount of time માં message ને deliver કરવાનો છે. And for that we are going to use the sync tree. Okay, last एक topic करा दे, then I'm just ending the session. Shortest path routing. Okay, so here shortest path routing means it is based on the simplest and most widely used principle. Right? Here we are going to use the graph. Right? For the shortest path routing, we are going to consider the graph. And graph શેના માટે હશે? Subnet. આપણે જે નેટવર્ક ને સબ પાર્ટ માં ડિવાઇડ કર્યું હશે, and that part is called the subnet. For each subnet we are going to consider the graph. And this graph, it is a set of the nodes and the links, or you can say edges. So the node will represent the routers or the host, whereas the edges, or you can say arc, represent the link. Okay, બે router ને link કરવા માટે જે પણ use કર્યું હશે, right? કઈ link છે, that is edge of the graph. Okay. So to choose a path between any two routers or any two devices or routers, this algorithm simply find the shortest path between them. So how to decide the shortest path? So one way of measuring the shortest path is the number of hope. જે મેં તમને કીધું matrix. We are going to consider the matrix. Alright. Based on the matrix, we are going to draw the graph. Right? So this matrix can be the number of the hops. કે મારે number of intermediate routers કેટલા રાખવા છે, that can be one of the matrix. Then we can consider the distance in the kilometer. Then it can be the delay, how much delay will be there between two routers if I'm passing any message or any information. Then what is the bandwidth of the channel. Then combination of any of this matrix. Right? So that can be the criteria you can consider for a graph. જ્યારે મેં graph ને form કરું ત્યારે મારે કયા base પર એને select કરવાનો છે, so we are going to consider the matrix. This matrix can be anything like this, right? Number of hops હોઈ શકે, time હોઈ શકે, bandwidth હોઈ શકે, distance હોઈ શકે, right? So that will be the label on edges, right? જે પણ આપણે matrix use કરશું, that will be the label. ભાઈ એક edge ની ઉપર જે કંઈ લખ્યું હશે, that will be your matrix. For example, મેં લખ્યું છે distance, number of the hope. So A થી B જવા માટે મારે વચ્ચે 4 hope use કરવાના છે. So I will write A to B, on the edge there will be written 4. For example, मैं 4 લખું છું, for this time, so it will be 4 millisecond is required to reach from A to B. Okay, so that will be the label on the edge. This matrix will be the label on edge. And for that, we are going to use the Dijkstra algorithm for shortest path routing. अगर मारे कोई नोड पर थी मैसेज सेंड करवानो છે for particular destination મારે shortest path find કરીને આપવાનો છે, right? So one of the algorithm that is following the shortest path routing is Dijkstra algorithm. Okay, so here in this algorithm જ્યાંથી આપણે સ્ટાર્ટ કરશું, રાઈટ, algorithm જ્યાંથી આપણે સ્ટાર્ટ કરવાનું છે that will be the root node, right? અને જ્યાં સુધી જવાનું છે, right, that will be the destination. Actually આપણે બધા જ નોડને કન્સિડર કરવાનો છે, so there will be only a single root node, right? Now here your node is જેટલા પણ નોડ હશે ગ્રાફમાં, રાઈટ, જેટલા પણ નોડ હશે that will be the routers or the machines. So it will be divided into two groups, P group and T group. So P is nothing but the permanent group, T is nothing but the temporary group. So what is permanent? P group will contains all those nodes for which the shortest path is already known. મને ખબર છે કે shortest path અહીંયાથી પર્ટિક્યુલર એક નોડ પર જવા માટે કેટલું શોર્ટેસ્ટ ડિસ્ટન્સ જોઈએ છે મને ઓલરેડી ખબર જ છે, that will be in the group P. અને જેનું મને નથી ખબર, that will be called the T group. That will contain all those nodes જેનું મને shortest path distance કેટલું છે ઓલરેડી ખબર નથી. Okay, so we are going to find the shortest path based on the P group and the T group. Okay, just these are the steps or the Dijkstra algorithm. Initially links are assigned the cost, that is the metric. As the algorithm execute, every node are labeled with its distance to the source along with the best known path. Initially no routes is or you can say there is no route, right? આપણે already કોઈ advance ખબર નથી કે મારે કોઈ route consider કરવાનું છે from source to destination, so there will be no route available known, and so as all the nodes are labeled with the infinity. મને અત્યારે એક પણ route ખબર જ નથી, તો શું કરીશ, મેં બધા નોડ પર infinity labeling કરીશ, right? Then label will get changed. Label પર information ક્યારે આવશે જેવી રીતે algorithm આગળ proceed થશે, right? And label can be temporary or it can be permanent. Initially all the labels are tentative, that is it is infinity, and label will become the permanent if it represent the shortest path from source to the node. For example, here we are having this graph, મારી પાસે 5 routers છે, for example A, B, C, D and E. Here we want to find the best route between node A to node E. So here this node is A, distance is already given, right? Now મારે find કરવાનું છે A થી E સુધી. Obviously best distance will be if I consider the route A to B, B to D and D to E. If you will see 1 plus 2 plus 1, it will be 4. But possible paths are ABE, ACE, ABDE, ACDE, ABD. ACE and ACDBE. આટલા possible routes A, B, D and E. Right? A, B, D, E છે, I think. Yes. 1 plus 2 plus 1. It is 4. Maximum મને ખાલી 4 જ અહીં આન્સર મળે છે, right? આપણે મિનિમમ વાળો કન્સિડર કરવાનો છે. So how we are getting this ABD that we will see using this Dijkstra algorithm. So here first of all source node A has been chosen as a permanent node. મારે એથી સ્ટાર્ટ કરવાનું છે, so I will keep this A as a permanent node. P group માં રાખીશ, બાકીના બધા નોડ માં શેમાં રાખીશ, ટેમ્પરરી માં, right? So now A ના neighboring node કયા છે, B અને C. So at a time we are going to consider the permanent node અને એના neighboring node કયા છે એ consider કરશું. So here A to B and A to C, there are two nodes A, B and AC. So if you see there is an distance written on edge. A થી લઈને B સુધી મને કેટલું distance જોઈએ છે, 1. A થી મારે C પર જવું હોય તો distance કેટલું જોઈએ છે, 5. Is it visible everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so 1A and 5A બંનેમાંથી minimum કયું છે, obviously B. So I am making B as a permanent node, right? So here C, since B has the least or you can say less weight, its label has changed to the permanent. પહેલા શું હતું, temporary હતું, it was not filled. After selecting it has been filled and it is known as a permanent. બાકીના બધા અત્યારે શું છે, temporary. Now what we are going to consider B. બરાબર, આપણે B સિલેક્ટ કર્યું છે, તો B ના નેબરિંગ નોડ કયા છે, E અને D. So now if I label them it will be 3B અને 5. Okay, B5. Why? Because here already આપણે 1 તો એડ કરવાનું છે, 1 થી A થી B અને B થી D. It will be 1 plus 2, it is 3. 3, B. અને મારે E સુધી જવું હોય using B, then it is 1 plus 4 it is 5. ખબર પડે છે બધાને why it is b, 5? કેવી રીતે 5 આવે છે ખબર પડે છે બધાને? this 5 આપણે a વાળું ડિસ્ટન્સ કન્સિડર કરવાનું જ છે જે અહીંયા લખ્યું છે, because we are going from a to b then b to e, a to b and b to d. okay, બેમાંથી મિનિમમ કયું છે? 3. so we are choosing d as a permanent node. okay, here d is chosen as a permanent node. next, d ના neighboring node કયા છે? e અને c, right? so it will be 3 plus 2 5 આવશે અને અહીંયા 3 plus 1 it is 4. see here it is 5 and 4, so obviously 4 is minimum as compared to the 5, so we are going to choose e instead of c. બરાબર, a b then d પછી e. c ની જગ્યા પર આપણે શું કન્સિડર કરશું? e, because it is having the least, I can say less distance. so here neighboring nodes are c and e because they are labeled with the distance, but the distance of c from a is less. sorry, it is more. distance of c from a is more, but since e has the least weight, e is the destination, so we are going to stop here because મારે e સુધી જવાનો હતો અને આપણે ઓલરેડી રૂટ મળી ગયો છે, a થી b, b થી d અને d થી e. okay, let's see one more example. for example, here I want to find the path, shortest path from a to d. source is a, destination is d. okay, I'm just showing here. since computations are to be done at node, we are starting with the a. a is the permanent node. a ના neighboring node છે b અને g. okay, we are putting a into permanent node. બાકીના ટેમ્પરરી માં કયા આવશે? b અને g. એના નેબરિંગ નોડ શેમાં આવશે? ટેમ્પરરી માં. સો a થી b જવા માટે ડિસ્ટન્સ 2 જોઈએ છે અને a થી g જવા માટે 6, right? so I'm writing here a, 2 અને a, 6. out of these two we are having b, a, 2 is least, as you can say it is having less distance than this g. we are going to select b, right? અને અહીંયા મેં શું કરીશ? permanent group માં નાખીશ, right? બાકીના બધા અત્યારે ડેશ, right? now here b ના neighboring node કયા છે? c. b ના neighboring node છે c અને e, right? so here g તો already હતું જ અને c અને e મારે એડ કરવાનું છે, so it is 2 plus 2 it is 4, right? 2 તો આપણી પાસે a નું ડિસ્ટન્સ હતું અને b થી e જવા માટે આપણને 2 જોઈએ છે, તો 2 plus 2 it is 4 અને c માટે c plus 2 it is 9. are you getting this? ખબર પડે છે બધાને?
Yes, ma'am.
okay, out of all this we are having e which is having the least distance. we are going to put e into the permanent group, right? now આપણે e ના neighbor node consider કરીએ. e ના neighbor node છે f અને g, right? અને f અને g ને આપણે એડ કરશું, right? so here it is 4 plus 1 it is 5 and 4 plus 2 it is 6, so 5 and 6, right? બંને e માં, okay, from e it is only, right? out of these g, e, 5 is having less distance, so g ને આપણે permanent માં નાખશું, બાકીના બધા temporary માં, right? now as we have added g into the permanent, g ના neighboring node consider કરો. g ના neighboring node છે e અને h, right? so e તો already આની અંદર આવી ગયું છે permanent માં, no need to consider, only h consider કરો. so it is 4 plus 5 it is 9, right? so g, 9 આવશે h માં. બધામાંથી મિનિમમ કયું છે? 6. now a, 6 પણ લઈ શકો અને e, 6 પણ, sorry, g પણ લઈ શકો અને f પણ લઈ શકો, right? why I'm not taking g? because see here a, 6, sorry, g, a, 6 is there and f, e, 6 is there, but g is already in the permanent group. g is already in the permanent group, no need to add this, you can directly consider f, right? already permanent માં g છે તો આપણે એને એડ કરવાની જરૂર નથી, f consider કરો. so if I put f in the permanent group, f ના neighboring node કયા છે? c અને h. so I'm going to add c and h with their distance. minimum one is 8, બરાબર? g તો એડ કરવાની જરૂર નથી, તો h ને એડ કરો with f, 8, right? so it is h, f, 8 એડ થશે. now f ના, sorry, h ના neighboring nodes કયા છે? f અને d. f is already there, d માટે શું આવશે? 2 plus 2 એડ કરશો, 8 plus 2 it is 10, right? અને A, B, E, G, F અને H બધામાંથી મિનિમમ ભલે તમારું B છે કે G છે, if you are taking C, it will create a loop. મારે loop રાખવાની જરૂર નથી, right? So we are not going to consider C, right? G is already there, H is already there, right? C consider કરશો તો loop create થશે. So here we are going to take the D, H, 10. So we are going to consider D. Okay, so that is the last one. So my root will be પહેલા A, પછી B, પછી E, પછી G, પછી F અને પછી H, and then we have to. So that is the path. Shortest path from A to D is A, B, E, G, F, H, and D. It's a distance 10, maximum distance 10. Okay, so that is the shortest path routing. I hope all of you are clear with this. Next, all of you fill up